What's going on, people, and welcome to the Blue Steel Podcast Show. I'm your co-host LV Live, along with my co-host Jeff. What's going on, my man?
What's up, brother? It's been a little bit, but we back. Feeling good. How are you?
I'm feeling great, man. Feeling great. I mean, a lot has happened during this time. We both have been kind of taking care of some things, so I'm kind of glad that we're back to kind of, the NBA started this week, so I'm super psyched about that. Of course, your Lakers show. I'm sure you're super excited.
Oh, absolutely. New dynasty starting. The LeBron dynasty. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it
How could
sounds
you
great.
not be excited?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a Knick fan, but I'm actually really excited too. So it's a great time. People, once again, thank you so much for subscribing and giving me and Jeff the support. We truly appreciate it. Just please hit the like, share, and hit the subscription if you can, please. Also, to hit that bell icon. And please send us emails, all that stuff. Give us good feedback. But like I always keep on saying this, but I want to stress this: positive and negative feedback. We love it both. We love it both ways because we're looking for ways to make this show better. So you guys who are listening, please give your input.
Yes, please do. We love it all. We don't mind. We don't. We're not the only two viewpoints on earth. So hit us up. Let us know what you think.
Okay, cool. And we have our email, Blue Steel Show at gmail.com. Am I correct, Jeff? Make sure.
That that is correct.
Blue
Go
Steel
ahead.
Show at gmail.com.
Correct. We have YouTube Blue Steel Show. We have Instagram Blue Steel Show, all one long word, and then we have Twitter at Show Steel. So hit us up on all of those. Follow whatever you're doing those different social media sites. So let us know what you think, man. Keep in touch.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get straight to it. Okay, so kind of like what I mentioned, I touched on before. Our first and 10, people, first and 10. The King is back. And he's wearing that purple and gold. That purple and gold looks so cold on him. I like that. I'm not a rapper, but it just sounded good. But but hey, look, Jeff, man. I want to start off saying, I mean, I'll let you rock, but I must say, he looks good, man. He looks good. I think the team is going to be solid this year. But I want to know what your thoughts were on opening night for those guys out in LA.
um, I thought we looked okay. There's some things. I mean, I didn't really realize until yesterday we don't have no size with JaVale McGee. And that's it, really. You know, they don't play the young. They don't play Zubac at all, which I like to actually see him play. I think he has some skill, but in terms of overall, man, we looked all right. He had great energy. We didn't shoot the ball well at all, man. But 7 for 30 on threes, which is 23%. That's not going to get it done at all. Um, that was the major thing to me. You got to be able to shoot the ball a little better than that. Um, that was the kill that killed us. Shot 48% from the field, which is pretty good. Love to be a little higher. They get the chemistry now, man. It's kind of like picking up ball and playing with a bunch of dudes you don't know. And obviously, this is at the highest level, so there's a lot of stupid turnovers. They had 15 turnovers yesterday, which is you want it to be a little lower than that. Defense got to improve. 128 points. That's a lot to give up. But overall, I was happy. You know, um, didn't look too bad. But let me bring up something, man, and we can talk about this. Where does Alonzo Ball fit in this on this team? Like, I don't know where he fits. Like, he can't shoot. He's not a shooter. You got ball handlers. You got LeBron. You got Ron, who's a great floor general. LeBron's gonna bring the ball up clutch. Even Ingram bring the ball up more than the ball probably will. I don't see where he fits, man. I think he's gonna get traded.
Wow. I mean, I like the team. I thought they looked great last night. The reason why I say the word great, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that sounds crazy. They got smacked by by 10 points. The reason why I say I think they look great is because you got to understand LeBron for the first time. I would say probably since back to when he was with the beginning with the Cavs, like he's really got a bunch of players that he's really got to mold. They got to really get shaped around who he is. And why I said they look great is because they had a lot of energy. They look good.
Mm-hmm.
They had the lead a couple of times in the game last night. I think why they lost is because of, like you said, how they shot 7 for 20 from three. I don't think they're going to be shooting like that all year round. I
I
think you're
hope
going
not.
to, I think that you'll see a different shooting team. Um, I think there's some. I mean, this is the league, man. Sometimes you have nights. Your shot just doesn't fall to make a miss league. So you're gonna
Right.
have nights like that sometimes, and I think that was just their night. So, but all in all, I like their energy. I liked how um, you got a lot of good pieces there. Like I love Josh Hart. I like him. Um, is it Josh Hart? Am I saying it right? Josh Hart.
Yeah. Yep.
He went to Villanova, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's a solid guard, man. I liked him. He had a great summer league. I always thought he was a great, solid player coming out of Villanova.
Yep.
Um, I do like Kuzma. I love Lance Stevenson for the team. He brings that gritty, tough defense, and I'm telling you, man, playing with LeBron, JaVale McGee might get, you know, what is it? Comeback player of the year, or what do they call it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They
That's what it is.
Right. I just think he's gonna get that because what LeBron does, very similar to Magic, is that he makes you believe that you're better than what you are. And a lot of times, what I see is that a lot of guys who are really, really good in high school and college, when they get in the league, it's like they kind of forget what got you there, right?
Right.
I remember seeing guys who were in high school and college. I'll use Lance Stevenson as one. He could score, man. I mean, I think he's, if I'm correct, I think he might be New York State's all-time leading scorer in high school basketball. He was putting up numbers when he was in Cincinnati. He was always known as a scorer. He gets in the league, he can't make a jump shot. I don't know how that works. When your game doesn't change, but it's a mental thing, obviously, for a lot of guys. But what LeBron does is he brings the best out of everybody. I mean, you remember what he did to Ilgauskas? Remember that guy who had in Cleveland, Zydrunas
Mm-hmm.
Ilgauskas? Remember him?
Right.
LeBron had him looking like an all-star. So LeBron does that, and he brings that, and I think that he's going to do that for Lonzo Ball. I think that bringing Rondo in was strictly for Lonzo Ball, for him to get better, for him to really, really work on his floor generalship and take in charge of a team. What Rondo does is that Rondo pretty much puts everybody in place and he gets into guys and lets guys know, listen, you're out of place. You got to tighten up. And you need that when you have a lot of young guys. They got a lot of young guys on this team. And I think that with LeBron there, just him alone, Jeff, I think you guys are like a fifth or sixth seed. I got 47 wins, 47. I think I said that before, between 47 and 50 wins. Um, I think you guys are solid, man. I think you're gonna shoot it better. Um, but I love JaVale McGee. You just honestly, you need another big man. You need another big to give JaVale McGee a breather. You need another big, and who I would go out and get as a shooter. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Steven Jackson.
Who?
Steven Jackson.
Talking about old Steven? Steven Jackson who?
Steven Jackson. Remember he used to play for the Spurs?
You talking about dude work for ESPN now? Oh, come on, man. He's too old now. He can't. Back like 5 years ago, maybe.
Hey man, that was just, I'm just kidding, man, about that. But no, but
That's why I was like, Steven.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
real
I'm fully your tail, man, because but seriously, they do need a they do need it. They need another shooter, and I could just a spot up guy, a guy that can kind of come off screens because they got enough slashers. They got
Corver would be good to have.
Corver. Yeah, Corver would be good for that team. Corver would be good for that team. But I'm telling you, if they can, and I'm thinking of next year, if they can pull off a steal, Jeff, and get Klay Thompson on that team, oh man, that would be great for LeBron.
Klay ain't trying to go nowhere. He's going to stay in Golden State. We
Yeah.
can talk about that another time. There's a reason why. We can talk about that another time.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
even if you look at these, like LeBron and Brandon Ingram combined were 0 for 8 from the floor, from the 3-point line, which LeBron's a better shooter than that, so is Ingram. You know, so like you said, it's a make miss league, showing on the road. I think we'll be all right. Like, we need some size. We got to get their chemistry down. I think they need to let Zubac get some burn, man. He ain't that bad. He's young, so we'll see what happens. Like, whatchamacallit, Bees only played 2 minutes. That was pointless. So got to get their rotations down. You know, see where everybody's gonna play, how many minutes. You know, all that stuff got to get worked out. So it didn't do too bad. You know, it definitely. I'm interested to see how we do tomorrow against the Houston Rockets. First game in the Staples Center for LeBron. And, you know, I don't like the little shorts. I don't know what's up with the little shorts either. I ain't feeling that. But outside of that, everything's, you know, I'm pleased.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Optimistic.
yeah. Hey, man, you should be. You should be. I think LeBron is going to get these guys rocking and rolling. I think they're going to be all right. I love what you stated. You know, they do need to work on their rotation. I think because some guys, listen, not everybody can play. Okay. And some guys aren't going to be happy with their minutes, but I mean, you got to produce. I mean, that's just what this league is about. The best guys are going to play, and whoever's flowing that night, right, with the chemistry with the team, they're going to play the most. And I think that it's going to take away some minutes. Lonzo Ball is going to play a lot because, like I said, I think they're molding him, and they really want Rondo to really take the lead with that. In regards to him. I think Lonzo Ball is a solid talent. I think he got drafted number 2 for a reason. So I just think that he has to have tutelage. He has to have someone to kind of mold him, to kind of show him this is what the NBA league is about. Because NBA is totally different from college and any other league in this world. The NBA is the top dog league. So in order to play in this league, you gotta be a certain type of player, and I think Rondo can help him with that. So. It's exciting, man. It's exciting in LA. That ticket tomorrow night is going to be hot, man. I don't know, man. I wish.
Oh, man.
How much is that lotto tonight? 1 billion. How much is that?
It's like $1 billion. It's crazy. You know.
Get a hold of one of them tickets, man. Just get one of them Lakers tickets, because them tickets is gonna them Laker tickets, man. I don't know the top row. What you think they selling for the nosebleeds, man?
I went to a game in the Staples Center. It wasn't cheap, I'll tell you that much. I bet you Jack be there. He missed a lot of games last few years. He'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, you got that right.
For sure.
All right, cool. All right.
You're right. Lance Stevenson is the leading scorer in state of New York history, 29-46.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I saw Lance in high school, man. He's a hell of a talent. He could always score. So I mean, they gotta really try to get him. But he's probably gonna be one of those guys, like I stated, that's gonna get his minutes knocked down, because you got to get a solid rotation, Jeff. Some guys got to get, you got to. Kuzma's got to play a lot more than what he played yesterday. He just has to. Josh Hart, to me, he's shown that he's earned it.
29 minutes, actually. It didn't seem like it, but I was.
Oh, he did.
Saying,
he did play 29. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty
good. He
good.
didn't shoot well. He's 5 for 15 from the floor.
He's got to get some shots. He's got to get some shots.
He's playing out of position. He got him playing like center too, man. I don't like that.
Yeah, he's a 3, man. He's a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to work that out. But you know what? You know who's gonna work that out? LeBron's gonna work that out. He gonna work it out in practice. He gonna say, "Look, this is where you go. This is where he goes. That's it." And you know, right? And Luke gonna say, "All right, LeBron, whatever you say, that's it." Did you watch the whole game yesterday?
Lakers game?
Yeah.
Most of it. I saw the end of it.
There was a part in the game, right? LeBron picked up his 3rd foul. All right, people, be patient. Be patient with me, because I'm just giving you a moment. If you guys didn't see the game, I want to tell you something. So please just bear with me. Jeff, he got his 3rd foul. Right, it was the 2nd quarter. It was maybe like 4 minutes left. The Lakers were kind of down, but they was
on that push under the basket. I see it.
Right. Remember when Luke went to sub? Did you see LeBron put his hand out to him?
Put a hand out. But
yeah,
it's funny. I used to do the same thing.
Yeah, right. But Jeff,
I'm good.
Right, but Jeff, most guys, they do that, they still come out.
Nah.
LeBron looked at him like, "Nah, man, nah, I ain't coming out."
You can't take LeBron out, because his fourth foul, he had to sickle somebody to get his fourth foul, man. It's entertainment, man. LeBron, this is the first game of the year. Nobody there to see.
Yeah.
You there to see LeBron play. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
with the Lakers. So he
Yeah.
wasn't gonna get that fourth foul unless it was egregious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I totally agree.
yeah, but I did peep that.
He's already solidifying who the alpha male is on his team. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great. Like I said, once again, I think it's a great look for the Lakers, man. It's gonna be exciting for the league.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, so 2nd and 5, people. 2nd and 5. We're taking it to the East Coast, and we're over to the Shield, and there's been some things brewing in New York, Jeff.
There is,
and oh man,
not for the right things either.
I'll start up. I'm just really disappointed because. And people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about OBJ and the Giants. And I'm disappointed, Jeff, because I feel like we got played. We got bamboozled. This guy came into training camp, didn't say a word. He was quiet. He was playing nice, right? I'm glad you're laughing. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And he was pretty much saying all the right things. Right? I'm here for the team. It's all about the team. It's not about me. Saying all the right things. Soon as they gave him that $65 million guaranteed money, now you see who's back. Surprise!
Right. Thank you for that check.
I'm back. And now he's doing what he always has done. I mean, the saying goes is this, right? Money does not change who you are. All it does is inflate and boost up who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't change. If you were a jerk before the money, you'll be a bigger jerk. If you was a pushover before the money, you'll be even more of a pushover. If a guy had a problem doing drugs prior to getting the money, he's gonna struggle even more so, a la Josh Gordon, right?
Right.
So the Giants shouldn't be surprised by this. I mean, I'm not. And now you got the owner telling him he needs to sit down, be quiet, and let his play do more of the talking than his mouth. Basically, is what the owner's saying. John Mara. And now you got OBJ Sr. coming out and talking bad about them about John Mara.
Yeah.
Then I see it on Twitter. I don't know if people can pull it up. If you want to pull it up now while you're listening to the podcast, he's got the owner throwing chairs because the owner's frustrated. So now he's making statements like, "Oh, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree," something like that. It was on those lines. Like, how are you talking about OBJ and you throwing chairs? But here's the thing, Dad. Here's the thing, OBJ Sr. He owns the team.
He's cutting your son's check, bro.
So he could throw whatever chair he wants to throw.
Because he owns that chair, too.
So Jeff, man, it's a circus, man. It's a circus in New York, man.
It is.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. I mean, you got to help me. I mean, give me some of your steel curtain. I don't know, juju or something. Give me, no pun intended. You see that?
Yeah, good, well played. I mean, it is a circus, man. It is, you got the media capital of the world, and you got a definite circus. Josh, 1-5, right? 1-5, yeah, 1-5.
1-5, yep.
It's not looking good. Eli's not looking good. On the field is the line's bad. Just cut your, former first round pick on the line. It's. I mean, I can't give you too much advice. We got a lot of drama in Pittsburgh as well, but at least we winning a little bit. Um, ultimately, I don't even. I mean, truth be told, I like it. It's funny, to me. It's very ironic. You throwing a chair, Odell Beckham's punching the little fan thing. It's kind of the same thing. I both throwing little temper tantrums. Obviously, he's the owner, but you acting the same way. It kind of goes like those, when you see situations where, um, what was the GM that just got fired in Arizona out here? Forget his name, but he got that DUI. When players get DUIs, it's splashed all over the place.
Right,
Most
very
people
true.
probably never even knew that. So why are players treated that you all as an executive should be held to a higher standard, in my opinion, than a player? So it's like the kettle calling the pot black, whatever that saying is. It's the same thing. But ultimately, man, you gotta win, man. That cures all that stuff. You don't pay that much. It's funny when Odell Beckham was acting silly on the sidelines when y'all winning, But now, pros into the net and all that. This is nothing new for him. This is what he's just like you said. You just are who you are. And when you get that money, it don't change you. It just enhances stuff. You more empowered. They gave me 80 million guaranteed. They must like it. So he's not going to change. Me personally, I could do without the antics on the sidelines just a little bit. He's a wide receiver. They're drama queens, but hell of a talent. Y'all just need it. Y'all get your line fixed up, and I think y'all could be all right. I got a lot of talent there on offense, at least.
I totally agree. I love the pieces. I mean, Saquon Barkley. I mean, is he the second coming of of him? When he's like, I would say he's like Barry Sanders slash uh need I say somebody like Marshall Falk? Is that like is that is that
I would. I think, yeah, I can see the comparison more to Marshall Falk, but I see some of the Jimmy you might think of with Barry.
the
He
reason
didn't
why
do
I
a
say
lot of.
with Barry is because he's so agile. The way he's jumping over,
Yeah, that's what I said. The
jump cutting.
agility with him, yeah.
We haven't
He's
seen
he's
stuff like
he's
that
all
since
that.
Barry
He's
Sanders.
all that. He's all that, man. He's very talented. He's a special talent. It's just a matter of, well, like we discussed, I think, a couple shows ago, where they regret. We never actually. This would be a topic at some point, maybe after the season, whatever. We all regret not taking your boys down the street with the Jets.
Right. I love
That's
Sam
it.
Donald. I always love Sam Donald, but what
Would you have taken Barkley or Donald?
right now
Before in the draft,
I still would have taken Barkley.
Barkley.
I still would have taken Barkley. You know why? Because my thing is this: the Giants go 1-5. If they lose again Monday, to me, tank it. Get a get a quarterback. There's a good quarterback coming out. There's a kid out of Oregon. His name is
Felix Morgan. Yeah.
yeah, Herbert. I think that's his name. He looks solid. So my thing is get a quarterback. So now you still end up getting a quarterback.
Right.
If Eli doesn't play well, you can still get a quarterback this year. If he did play
Right.
well, then all right, good. So to me, in the draft, you have to take the best player available. I
Best
know,
player. He was the best player on the board.
right? I know
Yeah.
some people are going to say take the quarterback, but my thing is that if you still have a quarterback who's solid, then let's do it. Now he's showing obviously that he's not. Okay, fine. So now this year, I would tank it and I would get the quarterback. I would still get it to where we could possibly be a top 3 or top 2 pick. I would trade up and get that number 1 pick. Man, if that means I got to trade OBJ, then so be it.
Ooh, get rid of OBJ, huh?
Hey, look, if that means to get the quarterback,
But
you want.
if he's a franchise quarterback, you could trade anybody on the roster for
That,
a franchise quarterback.
but that's
So
that's what I'm saying. To me, who's untouchable right now on that team? To me, is Saquon Barkley. He's untouchable. Everybody else can be touched.
yeah,
Saquon Barkley is a once in a lifetime running back. He's a once in a lifetime player, and he's proven that. So, but everyone else they can be touched, and that's how I would do it. And to me, the Giants made the right decision. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not surprised by this guy's antics. This is who's going to be. And the reason why the Giants are struggling because of the quarterback. I mean, Eli's done, man. He's shot. I mean, he's done. This is the same thing that happened to his brother. It's a bad decline, and it's kind of also too. It's just him not being honest with himself, man. It's time. You just don't have it anymore, and it's okay. You had a great career. You're going into the Hall of Fame, but this is just this. It doesn't matter because the line is they struggle, but he makes the line worse because he doesn't. You got to still move, man. You got to be agile. You can't just sit in the pocket. You got to move around. You got to step up in the box. You got to go out. You got to go side to side. He doesn't have no mobility at all. So my thing is that you still got to move, especially with the way. I mean, you saw Von Miller last night, especially with them guys coming off the edge like that. You got to have an agile quarterback. You got to be able to move. You can't be stationary. So the line to me, I've seen the games. They've been decent. I mean, they been terrible? No, but with him holding on to the ball too long, with him just standing there, it makes it look like it's worse than what it is. And then also too, he's missed a lot of throws, Jeff. A lot of throws when he's had time, and he's had great pockets, and he's just missed throws, missed them.
Yeah. He's definitely declined a lot, which kind of happens. That's what happens to most quarterbacks, man. It's usually quick, fast. Like it's.
You know what I'm gonna link. You know what I'm gonna kind of compare him to the decline and how rapidly it's happening and how sad it looks. It's just like Melo's decline.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep.
All right, so we're done with that, man. I'm getting upset about it, just talking about it.
I know, man. Y'all be back. You be back, man. You be back.
Then stop. Hey, cut that out, man. Stop it, okay? 3rd and 1 people. So if people don't watch college football, there's a new trend going around in college football. You have a lot of players now just not even finishing out their college season just to be drafted. The newest player is Nick Bosa out of the University of Ohio State. The Ohio State is how they like to call it. He's leaving school because now he's focused on his draft. He got injured, people, about a week or two ago. What was it, Jeff? I think he hurt his ankle or his leg.
I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was like a 4-week. Like he'll be out for like 4 weeks. It wasn't nothing serious. But what he said,
it's core injury.
Right. And because he know he's going to be a top 3 pick or the number 1 pick coming off the board next year,
Yep.
he decided to say, man, I'm leaving school and I'm going to focus on the draft. It's a new trend, Jeff. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, it's a new trend. It's obviously something that's going to happen coming forward.
Man, be 100%. Man, it's hard for me. The competitor in me says, nah, man, you got to go back out there and fight with your brothers. Come back. You got a chance to win the national championship. Stick it out. But the other part of me is like kind of like we'll talk about this in our next subject, which is the G League stuff, man. It comes down to ultimately him getting paid, man. Like, you don't want to risk anything. You take your boy with Jalen Smith a couple years ago in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Blew out his knee in that bowl game, which was pointless.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the second round. You don't make money back in the NFL.
And he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, he was easy top 10 pick. And you don't make money back in the NFL. You lose money, you lose it. Like that. Like with Le'Veon Bell, he ain't gonna make that money back. That money's gone. That money's flushed down the toilet. All the money you losing. Because that's how it is in NFL. You don't get money back. Them owners keep that money. So for him, the risk reward is like, nah, man, I'm top 3, top 5. I'm not getting hurt no more, and I'm gonna sit out. Man, I see both sides, but I can't blame him. You know what I mean? Just like when it comes to ultimately, because and this goes back to the plan for free and with these guys in college, and even if it wasn't, even if they gave you guys a stipend, you had a chance to make millions. Your brother's making millions, but that's his money. He like, I'm trying to do the same thing. So I can't blame him, man. Like, I get it. the competitor in me does not want to see it continue to happen, but you gonna see guys I think just sitting out whole seasons. You know, like I'm not even playing my junior year. You got to sit out 3 years. You got to play 3 years removed. You got to be 3 years removed to get drafted in the NFL. I'm gonna play my first 2 seasons. I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna just train. So that, like you said, it could be definitely be a trend, especially for the top tier. This is top tier, obviously. Like guaranteed, this guy he's going top three, top five, not even top three, no matter what. So I definitely feel like this is something you're going to continue to see happen. Again, I can't blame him. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I totally agree, but I think that to piggyback over what you said, I think this is gonna going in the future. This is gonna be the next new thing, the next new wave. I think guys are gonna play their first 2 years, and I think they're gonna sit out there last year if it's guaranteed that they're gonna be a top 5 pick. I can see guys maybe playing their first 2 or 3 games or 4 games just to have stuff for tape, but outside of that, I could see them sitting out. I think it's going to be the guys that are guaranteed like a top 5 pick. So it won't probably seem that big of a deal because remember, Christian McCaffrey did it. He sat out the bowl game.
Yep. Yep.
You know, Jadeveon Clowney, I remember people were complaining he wasn't really playing hard his junior year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. So, you know, I remember hearing whispers of Jabril Peppers possibly not really playing in his bowl game because of that. But I did hear that he really did like injure his groin or hamstring or something like that in practice. But I mean, that's what happens. I mean, you know, it's getting around now to where you really have to think about your future. You can't really, especially with football. So I can see it to where guys, they just don't, they're not risking it, man. They're not risking. It's too much money on the table for you to even take a risk. And all it takes is one play, Jeff, for you to blow your knee out, for you to blow an Achilles, for you to tear a rotator cuff, and your draft stock drops. You know what I mean? And that's millions and millions and millions of dollars. So, I mean, Nick Bosa doesn't have anything else to prove. I mean, they know who he is. They know what they're getting. And from what I hear, the injury is really not that serious. He just decided to say, well, since I'm out 4 weeks, I might as well just not even come back. I think it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's you know, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can't blame him, man. And again, this is not something that's going to be like all across the board because most cats can't do that.
Yeah. I think it's for guys who are pretty much going to be legit. Like I think that from the top 10 and up, like I think it's going to be those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the guys that's first rounders. No, it's going to be guys that are probably, and I'm even going to go. It might even be top 10. It might be definitely top 5 because everything changes on the draft board, right? It depends on who's getting picks, who needs what. I think it's from the slam shut down, definite number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pick guys. I think it's those guys who are going to really kind of consider their future. But hey man, look, to each his own, right? Because if it's you or me, what are we doing? I'm sitting.
Yeah, man.
I'm sitting. If they're on the table, if I know that I'm getting most likely. Because what did these guys get this year? We talked about it on one of our podcasts. What did Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold? What did they?
Yeah, they got them guaranteed contracts.
What did they get? About $40 million or something?
I would look. Give me 32. Baker Mayfield got 32 million. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. So think that's on the table. That's guaranteed. If you go low first round, what you losing about maybe what $20 million?
Oh yeah, you don't get it back. Like I said, it's a wrap. You drop out that top 5, top 10, you're not getting that money back.
So
you won't make it back up.
Yeah. So I could definitely see it. So yeah. So now on the 4th and goal, people, and kind of like Jeff segued and kind of gave you guys a little blueprint of what are we going to be touching on. And there's a big thing, a huge thing that the NBA did, and it goes back to my point. What I stated a couple of podcasts ago. The NBA is going to start taking on the whole new minor league baseball, soccer blueprint. And it started off with the G League. I sent this out to you, Jeff. I think it was Bleacher Report. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
landed the report. The G League is going to start giving one and done elite. Once again, I'm going to say it again. One and done elite players, most likely high school players, guaranteed contracts of $125,000 for a year. I think this is going to be this is what the beta testing is all about, people. This is what's going to happen. They're doing this to see what happens, to see who bites. And I guarantee you now, once it gets out to the agents, to the families, these kids who are 17 years old, 18 years old are basically going to be making a doctor's salary or a lawyer's salary for 1 year to get them prepped for the NBA. I hope you're ready, people. Buckle up, because here it comes. Here it comes. All these kids are gone. You're not going to see no more one and dones in college. All these kids are going to be in the G League. So the cats who are the old school cats who've been in the G League for about 5 years, 6 years, move over, or you're getting cut, because you got a young kid coming in who's going to be probably most likely a top tier lottery pick. He's going to be taking your spot for 125 grand.
So, I mean, we discussed this before the show, obviously, like we always do. I'm very interested to see, like, brought up some other points. There's a lot of other factors involved. Um, like you said, this is kind of more like a beta. You can see this going up and up and up from there. And I'm just interested to see how many of these guys do it. Because myself personally, I don't think it's going to be as much of a flood to do it as maybe you do, as we discussed earlier. Just because, yeah, $125,000 money. You know what I mean? Most people don't make that much money, period. So, but it's a different life. It's a different lifestyle. It's not the NBA, it's not the glamour and glitz of playing in Madison Square Garden, the Staples Center, United Airways Arena in Chicago, and down in Miami, and you're taking buses, and it's a grind, and even these blue chip McDonald's All American kids, in high school necessarily, they're not, depending on where they go, but they travel better than that actually. And I just don't know. I mean, there's other factors, like there's the age difference between doing this and going to college. There's definitely a difference in terms of a glamour of going to Duke, Kansas, Carolina, UCLA, whatever, as opposed to being drafted by the Santa Cruz Warriors and playing on ESPN3 for a season, So those things I think are going to be taken into effect. But I do agree with you. This is just a start. This is the first wave of them changing it and changing the whole format of everything. And it's a new age that that their NBA is embarking everybody upon, and it's for the good overall. As far as some changes we talked about, like AAU basketball and all that stuff. But I'm just very interested to see how many families actually do it. I know they have some kind of thing. They're going to be talking to a lot of the top tier players, and I didn't get into enough of it, but they're going to be doing that sometime, and giving information and stuff. But I don't know, man. I think maybe 3 or 4 guys a year will do it at the max to me. I don't think, like, the top 10. I don't think all of them will go.
Jeff, the faucet has just been turned on. They're not going to be able to turn it off.
Oh no.
The faucet has just been turned on. They're not going to be able to turn it off. Jeff, this information that we have, people, if you guys don't know, this is brand new stuff. Me and Jeff just found this out this week. This information, Jeff, is being flooded through the AAU circuit. It's being flooded to all those kids who are 13 years old, 12 years old, 10 years old.
Yep.
And now they're making that decision now if they're going to go to college. Because what it is now you got cash. Now you got hard cash that you're getting. And that's all these kids want. A lot of these kids, okay, let's do a percentage, Jeff. I would say 90% of the kids don't want to go to school, Jeff. They just want to go to the league because they
Yeah.
want to take care of their family. So I'm speaking of the elite guys. I'm speaking of the guys who they know already, who's in the ninth grade. They already know, okay, he's the next whomever, right? He's the next Shaq, or I don't know. He's the next LeBron, or he's the next Kobe, right? Those guys. They're already, right now, with this information coming out, they're already talking to their families about, okay, this is what I'm doing. And by the time that they get to maybe their high school senior year, this 125 might be raised to $500,000.
Oh, is that they're gone? Definitely.
So this number is not staying 125. That they're raising the money on that because what happens is now with those new talented kids coming in, now you can pretty much up it and say, you know, we'll give you more. We'll do that. And you know who this helps? This helps college, Jeff. Because now they don't have to deal with those guys not going to class, not, just being there for one thing. And, they don't have to deal with all that stuff, that Ben Simmons stuff. They don't have to deal with that. Now you get a guy from New York City who really wants to really work on his game. So he's going to go to UConn or Syracuse or Villanova or Kansas or Duke, the schools that you stated. And he's really going to want to work on his game. So he really wants to be there.
Right.
So you're going to weed out all that. Because the kid who feels like, yo, man, bump that college stuff. I'm going in to get this money. Now, be clear, though. In the beginning, people, I said elite. So they're not just going to be taking anybody. You got to kind of be the upper echelon of the next crew of kids coming out. You got to kind of fall underneath that umbrella. They're not going to be giving contracts to guys who are not the A++ guys. If you're an A- guy or B+, they're going to say, hey, listen, man, maybe we need to hit the books. You need to go to college.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know, Jeff. I just think the faucet is on, and I think they're not going to turn it off, Jeff. I think it's not. I think this is all motivated. People, if you didn't hear from a couple of our shows ago, this is all motivated from that FBI probe into those sneakers companies, that's what this is motivated by, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what this is. That's what this is for, and this is the NBA taking charge of it and helping out college because the big names. I mean, the big name programs are in trouble with the FBI for all these sneaker deals. So, they're trying to help college basketball clean up this whole issue. With these runners and these recruiters, and these boosters and all these guys. These agents and this is going to change all that, Jeff, because now the agents aren't even talking to colleges. Now they're talking about, hey, look, I talked to such and such team, and they say they want to pick you up and want you to come to join the D League and G League, and so now the college is taken out of it, Jeff.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that. You don't have to, just go, and it'll help. Like you even pointed this out. It'll help. It helps college as well. You get kids just want to go, they can develop them. But there's a I was kind of looking at some stuff. There's a really good tweet from Adrian Wojnarowski. He was kind of reiterating how many cats will do it, but he was basically saying like it's not as glamorous as like big time NCAA, connecting flights, bus rides, small gyms. He was just questioning, but if the money is big enough, cats will go no matter what, because ultimately that's what it comes down to. If you're talking about $500,000 for 6 months, people are gonna go. It doesn't even make sense not to at that point. 125, not just saying there's not any money, but there's a difference between $500,000 and 125,000. So we'll see, man. It's the start. Like you said, the faucet's just being turned on. We'll see where it ends up going. I just it's very interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely will see. But that brings us to the end of our show, people. Jeff, great show, man.
Absolutely, as always, man.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, man. We back. It's episode 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, yeah, here we go. We're getting old, man. It's almost number 10, almost in the teens.
Right. You some veterans now, I guess. Yeah.
Feels good, man. Feels good. But people, please continue to subscribe, continue to support us. Like I said, this, I've always said this in our other podcasts. This is a passion that me and Jeff both have. You guys don't know, behind the scenes, me and Jeff are texting all through the week, talking about what we found out, what's the new info, so we can bring it to the podcast and give it to you guys and give you the new up to date information that we have. So like I said, this is something that we do and we love to do, man. Just please continue to support us, and it's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely, man. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us everywhere. YouTube, Blue Steel Show. Instagram is Blue Steel Show. Twitter is @Show Steel. The email, of course, bluesteelshow@gmail.com. Email us. Tell us if we're stupid, if we're crazy, if you love us, if you hate us, whatever it is. Keep it PG, as we always say. But let us know what you're thinking, and we'll be back next week, and with more hot topics and everything like that. So.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Thanks, Jeff. All right, people. We appreciate you. Blue Steel, and we're out. All right, Jeff. Peace.
All right. Later.